Hello everyone, my name is Matt and welcome back to this tutorial series on GRIAN'S from Hermitcraft Season 7, and in this episode I am beginning here in front of the main door because we are going to be working on the upper interior room to the build. To begin with, just to gain access to this area inside here we are going to be working on, we're going to come up to the door, break these 3 blocks just underneath the handles there, then break the rest of it down to the stairs, and now if we come in here, obviously there's nothing in here yet. What we are going to be working on in here today is the floor to this room that goes in here. The first thing we're going to do in here is start an outline of where the floor is actually going to go with some basalt. And what we're going to start with is our basalt just behind this block here and the same on this side as well. We're going to take our basalt and build back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. Do the same on this side, the same length. And then between these 2 lines just here, we're going to put some more basalt going across them. From there, we're going to come to the end of either one of those 2 bits we've just built, build it 3 out to the side like that, and then build it back until we hit the wall. From that bit we've just built, where it touches the wall, we're going to count 1, 2, 3 blocks, leave those 3 blocks as a gap, and then on the 4th block, build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks that way, leave 2 blocks sticking out on the end, and on that block there, build it back so it touches the wall, which should be just next to those stone bricks there. Next, from this end block, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks that way. Then from the end of that, go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks out. And from this block just here, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks out. From the end of those 5, we're going to go 3 out towards the front of the mansion. Whoops, didn't mean to break that. 3 out towards the front of the mansion, which should just touch the corner of that grey wall. Then come 1 inwards, 3 more that way, and 1 there going into the wall. From the other side of those same 5 blocks now, we're going to go that way towards the back of the mansion and we're going to build 24 blocks back. Now before we go on here is a quick aerial view to show you what it should look like so far. Continuing on now, we're going to go to this little square just here. And from that block just there, we're going to build 3 blocks back. And then from this block, build for 5 blocks in towards the middle. From there, we're then going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks back. Then line up the side again and build a line out until it touches that corner. Then come around, go 3 more back, and then another 5 out like we did just there. Make sure that bit sticks out to the same level as these. Then last bit here now, build 4 blocks back, and from that end there we should be able to build across so that it just touches that corner. So that's what everything should look like so far, and before we go any further we're going to do a mirror image of what we've just done over on this side as well. There we go, all caught up, and for the next section we're going to come back down to this corner just here. So we're going to start from that block just there. We're going to come 1 to the side and 1 backwards, 1 to the side again and 1 backwards again, then 1 to the side and this time 2 backwards. We're then going 1 to the side and 2 backwards again, 1 to the side and 2 backwards once more, and then 1 to the side, 1 backwards, and now last of all 1, 2, 3, 4 to the side so that it looks like that. From there, leaving 1 block sticking out at the end, we're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 back like that, and put 1 block going back just in there. Leave a 2 block gap from that little bit sticking out at the end there. Then there, build 1, 2, 3, 4 out and 2 back. Then from this end, we're going to build 1 out to the side, 2 back, 1 out to the side once more, and 1, 2, 3 back, and then we're coming back in, so 1 back in like that, and back once more. So here's another quick check of what it should look like now, just because there's a lot of changing direction going here, going a lot of out and back, and then in, and back, and so on. So now coming back up to where we left it here, we're going to go 2 to the side, we're now going back in towards the middle, so there's those 2 to the side, now 1 back, 1 inwards, and one back. And we're going to keep going. We're going one to the side and one back, one to the side and one back again. Now this time we're going two to the side and one back, two to the side and one back again. And then we're going two to the side and one back once more. And then 1, 2, 3 to the side. And then from those three, we're going to have two sticking back like that and two coming back towards the front, just like so. And now last of all, to finish off the outer edge of basalt for this side, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in towards the middle from there, then 2 towards the front, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in towards the middle. If we zoom out, that's what this whole outline should look like so far. And again, we're now going to go over here and catch up by doing a mirror image of this over here. And there is our outline all complete. I'm just realizing now actually it kind of looks a little bit like a Space Invader. And at the top here, you should have a 5-block gap between those two ends of the basalt outline. Now before we start filling any of this in, there is actually a little bit more basalt work we can do. So we're going to come down to here, to this block just here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3 blocks to the side, 1 block back, 1 block to the side, 1 block back, and 1 block to the side once again. From there, we're going 3 blocks back, 1 block inwards, and 3 more blocks back. We're then going 1 block back outwards, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks back, 1 block in, then 3 blocks back and 1 block out, 3 blocks back again and 1 block in, and it's then 1 block back, 1 block inwards, 1 more block back, and now 1, 2, 3 blocks inwards. Now this one's coming towards the front, 1 block, 3 more blocks across to the middle, and 1 last block back. There is what all of that looks like, and once again we're going to do a mirror image starting from over here. When you've done that, that will leave you with this kind of shape with this little gap here, which we're going to close over by connecting those with some more basalt. Now I was about to start filling in the floor there, and I just realized we actually missed a tiny bit of basalt here at the start near the door. So we need basalt like that on those two and those two, and then bring it 1 there and 1 just there, and now we can start filling in the floor. So first of all, with the filling for this, there is a good amount of kind of hidden lighting in the form of glowstone, which is eventually going to get covered over by some carpet. So we're going to start by placing all those pieces of glowstone. If we start on this side, the glowstone goes just here and just here, whoops, in that, then goes in that corner, on that central block just there, and in that corner just there, then also in that central block and that central block. And moving out over here, we're going to have 1 in this corner, 1 just there, leave those 2, and then 1 just there, and then up towards the back of the room here we have 1 here, 1 here, and then just a few more to do. We have, let's see, we leave those 2, so 1 goes there, then 1 just there, 1 up in there, and the last one now is in this corner just here. And then all of the places we've placed on this side, we're going to place it on the equivalent point over on this half. Once you have all of your glowstone placed, we're going to grab some crimson Nylium, and we're going to start by filling in this little rectangle here by the door. We're then going to switch to some Blackstone, and that's not polished Blackstone or Blackstone bricks or anything, it's just regular old Blackstone. And we're going to fill in this bit just here, and the same on this side, and then this whole ring going around here we're going to fill in as well. So that is what that will all look like once you've filled in all of that Blackstone. And you'll notice at the back here, even though that does join into there, I've not started filling any of that in with Blackstone just yet. And I also have not gone any further past where that basalt ends with the Blackstone. What we're going to do for the next stage is go back to our Crimson Nylium, and from each of these 4 central blocks of the Glowstone, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 blocks of Crimson Nylium coming out from them like that. So that will look like that. And we're now going to go back to our Basalt, pick any one of these to start with, put a block like that. In fact, put a block like that on all of them. Then starting with any one of them, go 2 blocks to the side, 1 block inwards. And then for the one next to it that you've just gone towards, also go 2 blocks and 1 inwards like that. And then connect these 2 bits with a corner just going like that. And repeat that around all 3 of these until we have a completed ring in the middle. There we go. And now we're going to fill in this ring with some floor. So we're going to start actually with some more glowstone, and on that block, that block, that block, and that block, place that glowstone. Then surround each of those pieces of glowstone with some Crimson Nylium like this, and have 1 block sticking out from the middle like that. Now most of the rest of this is going to be filled in with some black glazed terracotta. Now this terracotta is in a very specific pattern, so we have to make sure we place these blocks in the right orientation. Now bear in mind when you're doing this that the pattern on black glazed terracotta is kind of like a diagonal line that goes from the top right of the block, depending on what direction you're facing, the top right down to the bottom left of the block. So we're going to start in any one of these corners here. Going to place a block like that, then rotate around like that so we can place it like so. Then let's see, the same again like that, and then one like that. So we've made, as you can see, this ring, and we're going to do that in each of these 4 corners. So once you have those, we need each of these to have a second ring connecting to it just there where I'm indicating. So from here, let's see, we want to go face that way, and like that. So that's what that will look like, and again do that for all 4 corners. And then the last stage here is we're going to place 4 more black glazed terracotta. So 1 there like that, then rotate for that one, rotate for that one, and rotate for that one. And last of all, we're going to have a central block of glowstone in there like that. So that is what your pattern in that central bit should look like. We're now going to move outwards and fill in this next section of floor. And we're going to start continuing with the black glazed terracotta. And we need another one of these little ring patterns on each side of each of these 4 lines of the Crimson Nylium. So I'll do one to show you what I mean. So we're going to go there, there, just there, and just there. So we'll make that ring pattern on the other side of this, and then do that for all 4 of these lines. So that's where we are for a start on this next section. And now what we need to have, if we look here, you can see this is where my door is. From this one and this one, we need 2 layers of the black glazed terracotta in a V like that. So if I show you what I mean by that, it's going to look like that. If you think that's 1 layer and that's the V, and then that's the second one. We want to do that on this side as well, and then have that same pattern but rotated at 90 degrees for these ones. So in these ones, they're going to be pointing in that direction, so like that. And again, there's going to be 2 of them, and the same over here. And then that whole pattern, imagine it flipped on this side, so the V's here are pointing like that and like that. So again, I'll just quickly show you. Whoops. Like that and like that. So hopefully you got all that and it wasn't too hard to understand. It definitely took a while to work out, and I hope I managed to explain it well. Anyway, here you can see, so on this side, this is near the front, you've got the 2 V's pointing towards the front and side there, and the same on that side. And then at the back here, 2 V's pointing towards the back and again towards the side. And now just to finish off this little section of the glazed terracotta, we're going to place it so that it kind of connects between the tips of those ones and those ones, just like that. It's going that way, and again the same on this side, the same on that side, and the same on this side. And now to do the last sections of glazed terracotta for this bit, we're going to come onto the outside edge now. We want to place glazed terracotta against these two blocks in such a way that it looks like that, and then come onto the side of it and do another one so we have this kind of zigzag pattern. We then want to place more going just like that, and then here we're going to end it in another one of those little zigzags. So we have like a zigzag here, a zigzag there, and then connected by those diagonal lines, and we're going to do this same pattern in each of the four corners. So that is what this middle section to your floor should now look like. And now to finish off filling in this middle bit, I'm just going to place glowstone in there, diagonally across from this one, do the same in there, there, and there. Then switch black to your crimson Nylium, and all the rest of this little central section, anything that's not filled in, we're filling in with that crimson Nylium. Okay, so that completes our central section to our floor. Moving out now, we're going to come to these little 3x3 squares we have on the side. There should be four of them, one there and one there, and then those two on the other side. We're going to place crimson Nylium, just like that. We're going to place black glazed terracotta, just like that. And then we're going to place a glowstone in the central block there, and we're going to do that same pattern for all four of them. And there is that step completed, and we're now not too far off finishing off this floor. We're going to come to where we have one of these little squares that we've just done, and going towards the outside here, line up with the middle there, place two blocks of the Blackstone, then place a block of glowstone, two blocks of crimson Nylium, and another block of glowstone. We're then going to switch to some black glazed terracotta. We're going to place it just like that, so we have that little V shape, and the same on this side. And then we're going to do like another bigger V on the outside of it, so two blocks just like that, and two blocks just like that, and again the same on this side, so two blocks there and two blocks there. So that whole little pattern is just there. I'm showing you this so you can see where it's orientated in the room. And we're going to place then two blocks of Blackstone just there towards the front of the room. And we're going to have this exact same pattern again. So starting like that, with then our Nylium, our glowstone on each end, and completing that there. And then this same kind of thing on this side. Whoops, that should be there, and those should be there. So that looks like that. We're now going to do all of this again over on this side, and all of this spare space around in here is going to get filled in then with Blackstone. So once you have done all of that, this is what your floor should now look like, and we are very, very nearly done with it. The last section we need to fill in is just here. Don't worry about all of these holes going down here. Those are supposed to be there. There will actually eventually be some pillars going in there. So to fill in these sections just down here, we're going to come down here, we're going to build a line of Blackstone across from there. We're then going to go to our glazed black terracotta, and from that block and that block, we're going to make one of those little kind of V shapes. We're then going to do two more of those going like that, and then down this side have three going like that. So we have kind of like these three V's, or I guess more like ends from this side, but those three V's or ends or whatever you want to call them, and then three diagonal lines down that side, and the rest of this little section is getting filled in with some Blackstone. And once you've done that for both sides, this is going to be your completed floor. And the last thing we now need to do is cover up all of these pieces of glowstone. So basically the rule is that if that glowstone is next to some Blackstone, it's getting covered up with black carpet, and if it is next to crimson Nylium, it is getting covered up with red carpet. And the only exceptions are these ones, which are, I guess, technically next to both. Those ones are getting covered up with red carpet, and this one in the middle, which is only next to the black glazed terracotta and not next to Nylium or Blackstone, that is also getting covered up with red carpet. And that concludes this episode. I feel like having the floor complete is a good start for the upper interior room of the mansion. Hopefully you guys have all enjoyed the video. If you did, then hit the like button, leave me a comment letting me know what you thought, and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any future videos from me. Until next time, I've been Matt, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!